Okay, so this thing called Trimble Correction Services, what this is, for those of you that don't know what a correction service is, it is a service that gives you the accuracy that you need for your vehicle. So basically, when you have your tractor in your cab and you have a GPS receiver, or what's now called the GNSS receiver, it's receiving signals from these satellites that are all around the orbit. The United States GPS, the Russian GLONASS satellites, and there's more systems coming online now. Well, with those signals alone, your accuracy isn't that great, not good enough for farming. So we're talking your accuracy could be anywhere from a couple feet to 20 or 30 feet without a correction service. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today, are the correction services. So you can get an additional signal that goes to the tractor that helps give you your accuracy. So one way is with an RTK base station. There's a station on the ground that's transmitting radio waves to your tractor, and it mixes with the satellite signal to give you your accuracy. Another way is from a satellite. So there's a satellite that's up there that's specifically for transmitting corrections down to your vehicle. And that's another way to get correction services. Okay, so why do we need an accurate correction signal? And what are the different uses? So this is an example of something that's about mid-level accuracy. It's definitely workable. It's not the end of the world. You can see that the rows are crooked, but the rows are at least evenly spaced. So you can use, there are applications for different levels of accuracy. Of course, there's a price difference and a technology difference between the various levels. There are some free services that'll give you, something like this or a little bit worse than this that you don't even have to pay for at all. Here in the United States, one of those free services is called WAS. That's a pretty common one that a lot of us are used to. As you upgrade in accuracy levels, or as you are working applications and crops that you need more accuracy, you need straighter rows, and you need something that's called repeatability. So repeatability is something where you can come and plant one season, you can plant these rows, but then what's important is that later you can come back and do another application like spraying and then later harvesting and not damage that crop. So coming back month after month, year after year is important and necessary for some cropping types. So on this example, you would want to come back and do your spraying application or do your harvesting and not run over your crop. That's not the idea. So we'll talk about a couple of services that we have out there now that are brand new. So Trimble has this technology called RTX. It's a satellite-based technology that gives you these signals through a satellite. You don't have to be near a tower or near a base station. It's a lot more simple because you can pretty much be anywhere in the country and really almost anywhere in the world and receive the same high level of service. Okay, the first one is called Centerpoint RTX. This was announced about a year and a half ago. And this was a groundbreaking technology because it was the first in the industry to give you a satellite delivered correction service that is accurate to 1.5 inches. So that means you could go up the row, come right back down at any other time and be within 1.5 inches of where you were the first time. And that's delivered over satellite with no ground station, no radio to worry about. It's very convenient. You can be anywhere and achieve that same level of service. So this correction service here is both short-term and long-term repeatable. So by short-term, I mean we have a specification, the industry uses a specification where you can drive up the row and come back within a short amount of time and be within a certain accuracy level, or a different spec if you're going to be coming back next year, next season. Those are usually the higher end, more expensive systems. This one here is 1.5 inches, whether it's later today or tomorrow or next year, it doesn't matter. So it's a premier service. The next one that's brand new for this year is called RangePoint. And this one's important because this is a very low cost, very affordable service. Actually, the first year of RangePoint is included for free in every Trimble receiver you buy. After that, it's $250 a year. And this one, while it isn't 1.5 inch, it is 6 inch pass to pass. And that's quite usable by many operators, many markets, many cropping applications. You can, if you're doing wheat, doing some kind of broadacre applications, land tillage, spraying, spreading, things like that, RangePoint is perfect for those types of applications. So that one is 6 inches real time, so short-term accuracy. If you want to come back next year, it's more than 6 inches. It's about 20 inches. So obviously this is the one to get you started with. It's a higher performing service than the free one that's out there now called WAS that we're also compatible with. So it gives you that next step. The important piece of this is it uses the GLONASS satellite system as well as the GPS. So what that means is you have more satellites available to you. So as your satellites start dropping off throughout the day, this service will keep you running because you have more satellites ready. So it's really a reliability feature. So I mentioned that this one, first year service, is included for free with every receiver, which is nice because most services are pay-for services. Okay, so the next new thing, and I'll leave you with this final feature here, is a service that we introduced this year for those of you that are running RTK correction services. RTK, as we know, is the most accurate service you can get today, and you have to have a base station nearby to get it, but it gives you better than 1 inch accuracy. So the issue with that is that because it's a radio wave, there are things that can block that temporarily. So what happens is when you block your signal, your tractor has to stop for a little while until you get that signal back. Sometimes it's a minute or 2 minutes, sometimes a little longer, but mostly it's only a couple minutes. However, those 2 minutes can be frustrating when you stop and you have to wait for the signal to come back. So again, we have this station in line right here that's it's on the ground and it's sending a signal to the tractor. That can easily be blocked by trees and different obstructions. So this service is called XFill, Trimble XFill technology. And what this is it's meant to bridge the gap between outages of your radio service. So right now, this picture is showing that green line that's coming in the tractor. That's from your RTK tower. These are the things that we have to deal with. It's like, okay, something's blocking my signal, or sometimes I'm getting RTK corrections from a motor, from your local Coors network or something, and there's heavy cell phone network traffic. That will stop your corrections as well. Busy cellular network, things like that. So again, here's the signal coming in from the tower. But then the vehicle moves behind this obstruction. It's a green bed, it can be a big row of trees or something. And what's happening is, once that happens, the XFill pulls a signal from a satellite. It's the same satellite we use for our RTX services. And without hesitation and without interruption, that tractor can keep working. There's never an interruption in service.
How long? Indefinitely, or?
The question is how long, and this XFill can work up to 20 minutes of interruption. The first 5 minutes, you still maintain total RTK accuracy.
Can I still turn around and
you can still turn around? Yep, as long as you're not under such a heavy obstruction that everything gets lost. If you drop all your satellites and all your RTK, then it's all gone. That's a different story.
My problem with from the tower.
From the tower.
Last
yep.
fall.
Yep, this will fill you in for that. So as the vehicle then exits the obstruction, the true RTK signal coming in is still the best one. So you want that right back again and keep working. You don't want to stop. You don't want your auto steering to disengage. This is going to keep you working through those times. So again, here's a kind of a graphical representation of what it's doing. Your vehicle's behind an obstruction where your tower or your base station is is shooting signal, you're just fine. But when you're behind an obstruction, the Trimble RTX technology is kind of stepping in to fill those voids. Okay, anybody have any questions on that? Yeah.